folks, and welcome to this buy and sell zone analysis. Today I'm going to spend a couple extra minutes and talk about identifying buy and sell zones. And I'm going to use a trade that we took on the American dollar versus the Japanese yen just to use this as a really good example. Okay, so when you look at a price chart, just to let you know, this is a 1 hour chart. So when you look at this, we have an origin of a move, which is from here up to here, and then we go down to here. So we can do our little thing where we have buy side, it probably goes a little bit taller to here, and then the sell side down to here, buy side, sell side. Okay, so this tells us that we only want to be buying down here and selling here. Okay, and so in a situation like that, you want to look for buy zones on this side and sell zones on this side here. And so we had a really good example of this. Okay, and so this trade that we took was just around here where this yellow box is. Got filled quite nicely. And so, I mean, let's, before I go any further, if you look at this here, you can see that we had a rally, accumulation, and then price went up. And so why did I choose to enter below this area than above this area? And I think we'll go down to the half an hour chart because this will be easier for us to see why. Okay, right here, zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this is the area. Okay, and if you look on this chart, you can see that we had this here, tested a little bit here, here, okay, and then price managed to move through the area. And so you have to ask yourself the question, well, what's the origin of the move that enabled price to trade above this area of supply here? And the origin of the move is where price had to go to prior to the release. And you can see very clearly that we had a sideways price movement here. And this is where the move originated from. The origin of the move is here. This is simply the lowest point price had to come to, okay, which facilitated this move through this area just here. And so what I'm trying to bring your attention to is the fact that we had a rally in price moves sideways, it pulls back, and then it snaps up. And so this is the buy zone. So anywhere at the lows of this area of value here, below that would be a very interesting place to buy. Okay, so this was just the entry for that trade. Here's the trade just here, just so you can see the details of it. This trade was a quick in and out. It was just, I think it was filled on Thursday, and then we were traveling, and so I got out of this trade. So this is just a very quick 1-to-1 risk reward. So stops down here, entry here, and the target just above. Okay, and so we got that pretty easily. You can see where we got filled. Let me zoom over. We were filled right here. Price went immediately up. We got to our target, which was just the lows here, and price gapped down, and then we continued high. Now we're kind of wriggling high. So this was a pretty interesting trade if you consider the fact that we had a 1, that's the risk, 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1. So it's about a 4-to-1. That's about as far as price got. So that's a really beautiful one. We just got this little snippet out, so 1-to-1, the entry being here. But I think this is just a really good example of precisely that when we're looking for these buy and sell zones. Okay, so let's look for another example. Let's have a look at this one here. This is another exciting one, or an interesting one, where we have buy zone, the buy side, sell side, buy zone, sell zone. We have a couple of areas marked off just here. Okay, so we want to be buying down here and selling somewhere here. So my kids, my son and my wife are in the background playing. And so just here you can see that I marked off this area here. Is price going to stop here? I don't know if it's going to stop here, but what I like about it is that we had this area just here. It's tested. Price tried to come here, but we failed. Price managed to move through the area from, it's difficult to see, this candle here. This was the low of the candle. Price went through. So this brings our attention to the buy zone super clearly. Okay, we had a lovely reaction there once, and then another very nice departure. The price did not manage to move very deep into this area of demand here, did it? It just stayed right at the edge. And so I think that if price comes back down here about the 1.0900 area, we'll probably see some kind of reaction around here, and then potentially a move higher. Okay, so keep your eyes on those areas and see how they go. You can just mark them off on the screen, and then you can just see how they play out over time. Okay, but I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to get this too long, but if you have any questions about this video or about buy and sell zones, please let us know. And just keep in mind, this trade was a 30-minute trade, so this is a very short-term trade. You can do the same thing on monthly, weekly, daily, 4-hour, 5-minute, whatever. Okay, so anyway, I hope this helps answer any questions that you had. Once again, thanks for watching.